I'm Christy Ross, coming to you from my home kitchen. If you've ever attended afternoon tea, you know how luxurious and relaxing it can be. My favorite part of afternoon tea are the cream scones, and they're really easy to make. I have 2½ cups of flour, and I add in about 3 tablespoons of sugar, just for a little sweetness, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, and a teaspoon of salt. Then stir this together just until it's well mixed, and then add in 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, and very, very cold. So I've cut it into little pieces because it makes my job a lot easier. And be sure to keep that butter cold. And then I take a pastry blender. Now, if you don't have a pastry blender at home, you can use 2 knives and just use them like scissors, okay? So it just takes a few minutes to blend all this together. And what I want to do is create a crumbly mixture. So you have little tiny pieces of butter all throughout the flour mixture, and that's what makes the scones extra tender. Next, I add in about 1/3 cup of raisins. You could use cranberries too, that would be really good, dried cranberries. Okay, and then whip 1 egg with a fork in a small bowl. Stir in 1 cup of heavy cream. Now, since we're all staying home and not going to the grocery store all the time, it's possible you don't have heavy cream at home. 2/3 cup of milk works very nicely. I added my vanilla, and you add it all at one time, and then stir really well. This is going to make a very soft dough. So at this point, I can dump all of this onto my floured pastry cloth or a floured counter, whatever you have, and I'll add some flour to this, just a little bit. I'm going to knead it just a very few times to help the dough come together. And I can see all those marvelous, yummy flecks of butter in there. Okay, so I want a smooth surface. And I take a rolling pin and roll it to about a 1/2 inch thickness. And then cut it out with a biscuit cutter. Now, I'm using a heart shape, and I'm doing that in honor of all of the first responders that are helping to take care of all the people with COVID-19. And then I take what's called an egg wash, and I have 1 egg mixed with about a tablespoon of water. Just whip that egg up with a fork and brush the tops of all your scones. And then I like to add a little bit of sparkling sugar to the top. In the meantime, I've preheated my oven to 400 degrees. These are going to bake for about 20 minutes until they're nice and golden brown on the top. So I'll finish these up and I'll meet you right back here. Well, it looks like word got out that I'm serving afternoon tea for a relaxing at-home respite for yourself, your family, or the kids. My luscious cream scones and a pot of hot tea are just the thing. Stay home, stay safe, find the joy.